All right, so moving on to our next. Just when you think you almost forget about it, I bring in another one. We're moving on further into the Universal Monsters Disney AU, and as you can see right here, we're on to our next one, and that is Penn Zero, the Invisible Man. So this is going to be a fun one because it's going to go in a much like the Creature from the Black Lagoon story. It's going in a direction that you were not expecting. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the story begins with set in the past, and basically it's a young Penn Zero when he was a boy. His he's just covered in blood from his parents' dead bodies, and his attacker left him for dead. However, Penn was found by a woman named Phyllis who took him in and trained him. Basically, he's not as like a monster hunter, but as a secret agent. Essentially what it is that Phyllis runs a deep organization that has its hands in all the world's governments, and they essentially keep peace from outside forces. She reveals that the person who killed Penn's parents was Ripon. And Ripon is in charge of a organization called the Black Hand. And the Black Hand, if you know historically, they were a terrorist organization that caused World War I. So the Black Hand is this big this big overarching conspiracy, and it's greatly in here. It's kind of insinuated that the Black Hand meddled with both sides of the U.S. government to tear itself apart with the Civil War. Thankfully, the U.S. kind of figured shit out rather than let the Black Hands, meddling destroy the government, because they saw how powerful the U.S. was becoming, hoping to cut it off at the limbs with a quick civil war. So Penn is now older. He's got he's got all this training. He is a spy and in his mind, a hero for the organization known only as the Illuminati. Yeah, so it's the Illuminati, but here, rather than be a villainous group, they're more of a shield, like an unspoken shield from Marvel Comics. So Phyllis has been raising and training him to be both a thief, a assassin, a spy, all of that, all in the name of world peace. So Penn's big deal is that he's been looking for Ripon. He's been hunting Ripon, and Ripon has been in the wind. He hasn't been able to find him, but the Illuminati and the Black Hand have been at war for a good long while. And it's finally believed that this war may come to an end because Ripon is the head of the Black Hand, and it's after so many years he has finally been spotted deep within the in Central Europe, in the Carpathian Mountains. That's where he's been hiding all this time, is deep in Transylvania. There's a reason for that. So from there, Penn is basically given all this tools and whatnot, but Phyllis basically says there's you can't fight Ripon on your own, and you need a team. We've put together a special group for you to help you hunt down and stop Ripon once and for all. So the group it's another 2-man team. It's Boone. Boone in here is he's been a soldier groomed to be a aide for Penn, and then there's Sashi, and Sashi is a ninja from Japan who has been brought in by the Illuminati to also assist as his sidekick. And yeah, so Penn is also Phyllis tells him, look, we our members of our organization have been hunting for Ripon, and we've gotten close a few times with our agents, but he always seems to get in the wind. So we're going to give you something to give you an edge in order to catch him off guard for a change. So they present to him with something they've been working on, and it's a serum. Basically, it's the invisibility serum. And what happens is that Penn is given this invisibility serum, and they tell him, look, this is this. You may think it's permanent, but it's not. It's actually like we have an antidote. Like we have an antidote, and we will give it to you once it's once it's done. But you can't you can't get overexcited. Like you can't get let stress or anger get in your way, because this chemical that we're using, the invisibility agent that helped form this, called monocaine, is highly unstable, and it does affect your mind mentally. So you can't get yourself overstressed or angry, because then your brain will become imbalanced. And we've told Sashi, if you show any signs of becoming unstable, she is ordered to take you out. And he's like, lovely. So, and he's like, let me look at my face one more time before I forget what it looks like. Then they give him the serum. Penn's now become the Invisible Man. So the trio is dropped in Transylvania, and Penn basically has to wear like the jacket and the bandages and the goggles in order for everyone to see him. But when it's go time, in order to find out more about the Black Hand, he like takes everything off, and he's like, it feels weird getting naked in front of people. Not my first time though. And they're like, what? Nothing. So Penn, as the Invisible Man, is like, going into areas that are suspected Black Hand hideouts, and listens in on conversations, trying to get the whereabouts of Ripon. And he's trying to figure out where Ripon could be hiding, where in the Carpathian Mountains, because they're pretty big and also really hard to scale. So if there's a slightest chance they miss this, Ripon's off in the wind again to commit other, atrocities against mankind, and Penn's more, in for it because he wants to kill Ripon for killing his parents. But he never understood why he killed them. And Phyllis never really said it either. So he wants to know why before he, fucking kills him. So one time, during one conversation, Penn hears about Ripon. All they hear is our leader is hiding in the Western Mountains, and there's a castle there. A castle he is in his name, and we are going to figure it out. Find out what's going on. However, before they can move out and head back, Penn proceeds to just fucking murder them all in an attack, and like pretending to be a ghost, and he says, oh, I'm the ghost of I am the Grim Reaper himself. And Sashi comes in, and she sees what Penn has done, and she's like, are you sure you're good? And he's like, yeah, I'm good. So Penn basically tells Sashi, when I was a kid, Ripon murdered my parents, and I never, Phyllis never told me why he did it, why that was done, why he did that, and I've wanted to know for so long, and I have to know before, but I'm gonna kill him, and I don't care what Phyllis says, I don't care if she wants him alive or not, but I'm gonna kill him. So Sashi explains, Ripon also killed my clan, but it was weird too, because the way he moved, the way he fought, he moved faster than most humans. He moved, he moved almost like a shadow in the night, and it was almost, inhuman. And he goes, well, the world's just full of inhuman stuff, isn't it? So Penn, Sashi, and Boone head out into the mountains, and Penn's already his mind is already starting to feel like sparks of just insanity, because he's just getting so worked up on killing Ripon. However, as they do fall under attack as they're headed up the mountain. They fall under attack by a trio themselves, and that trio is Randy in his werewolf form, Marinette as of course, as the Phantom of the Opera, and Bill Cipher, who is Mr. Hyde in this continuity. So the three of them fight. It's a 3-on-3 fight, and Penn is what the hell are these guys? Are these fucking monsters? And they're like, yeah, we're trying. I see like Ripon, the Black Hand sent agents out because they heard we were coming, and like, we're not working for the Black Hand. We're here to kill them too. And he's like, yeah, well, our boss wants Ripon dead too. So eventually, it becomes like a team up between the three of them. I mean, the six of them, and they reveal that their boss was once Ripon's boss. So in here, Marco, who, like I said, is Dracula in this continuity, sired Ripon. Ripon was the traditional like European vampire, whereas in here Marco is from Central America and got his powers from Chemazots. But ages ago, Marco found Ripon in the during the Black Plague, and like saw like, oh, there's potential here, turned him into a vampire. But Ripon turned on him and now wants to be like a ruler of mankind, whereas Marco doesn't want that. Marco wants to be the ruler. So he's here he sent his monsters to deal with the mission, because what he's got planned is much more. Like, Ripon's just going to get in the way of Marco's plans. So the six of them storm the castle, and they battle their way, and Ripon is a vampire. And it's revealed, like, when Penn is just like, you may not be able to see me, and he like puts on like paint to like show his face. He's like, you remember me now? You remember me now, Ripon? And he's like, oh, I don't know you at all. He's like, oh, I don't know you at all. And they're like, what? Oh, and he goes, oh, wait, did Phyllis send you? You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. The Black Hand is my creation, but like, Phyllis, was the one who killed your parents. She's the one who, saw the potential, and this is what she does. She kills people's parents and indoctrinates their children into the Illuminati to be their perfect soldiers. I mean, look at you. Did they tell you that there was going to be a cure for, your invisibility? Yeah. I've had some of my agents get, reveal that they work for the Illuminati, saying that, oh, they have magic to resurrect the dead and whatnot. Here's the truth: they're just as evil as I am, and you've just been conned your whole life. So yeah, but hey, I've never heard of invisible vampire, but hey, wouldn't hurt to try. And that's when Marco comes busting in, and he's like, ah, Ripon, I see you've done well for yourself in the past 200 years. And he goes, Master, no, don't master me. You basically, you and I have been having this shadow war long enough, and I am, you are going to get in the way of my plans. So, Penn and Marco do kill Ripon, and in that moment, Penn's mind is already just like fucked up, because now everything he knows and loves is completely like just turned on its head. And Marco's like, I see a lot of potential in you, and my cohorts here have informed me that the Illuminati's been, waging, and the Black Hand are kind of in our way. So I killed Ripon because I'm getting closer to my goal of making the Age of Monsters. Ripon just wanted to rule the world. I want to make a world for our kind, and I want you to be a part of it, Penn. And Penn is like, yeah, cool, I'm in. If it means burning down the Illuminati, then yeah, I'm in. And that's when Sashi and everyone are like, oh, you're a traitor. So the monsters actually, like, Sashi and Boone try to fight them. The monsters overpower them. Boone does get killed, but Sashi gets away, and she flees. But she doesn't return to the Illuminati. Instead, she gets found by Toffee, who is our Van Helsing, and he and Kim, find her, and bring her over to their side as the Legion of Monsters continues to grow. So there you go, guys. That is Penn Zero, the Invisible Man. This next chapter of the Universal Monster Disney AU. So yeah, I hope y'all have been enjoying these. I've been really loving making these. They've been really fun stories. Yeah. So we're almost down. we're like two. It's like kind of like this whole like building up to the final story. We've still got like 2 more spaces to fill, so stay tuned for that. But other than that, hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.